Okay, now that we understand the real basics of masking, let's look at how we can apply that to processing an image. I've got a simple landscape image here. I'm going to add a photo filter. Okay, photo filter gives me by default, and I've got a wide variety of things I can pick. I've got warming filters, cooling filters. I'm going to stick with my warming filter, and I'm going to increase the intensity of this just to make it obvious where I'm brushing. And you might like it this way, you might not. I can say, well, I want to apply it to this entire image, then I want to mask out where it doesn't go or where it does go. You can do it a wide variety of different ways. I'm going to choose where it applies, so selecting the thumbnail mask, the layer mask thumbnail, I'm going to invert this, which turns it black, which then allows me to brush on. Okay, I've got a super soft brush. You can see here my hardness is 0%. So what do I want to do? I want to make it come from this top left corner, so I'm going to make this really large. So let's brush this on, and you can see when I let go, the layer mask thumbnail shows a white splotch on it now. So I can choose how much I want to apply this, and then I can continue to brush. I'm going to change the size of my brush a little bit and cover these light spots on the beach to show where this light would be reflecting. So we'll go grab these light spots on the beach, this light spot on the beach, and some spots on the cliffs. We've got a little more spots on the beach. But what I can see by pressing the Alt or Option key on the keyboard is I've got some real rough selections of that information. Okay, maybe I want to go in and refine this because I don't like the way it leaks into the water. You can see that orange cast into the water. So what I'm going to do is go in and manipulate my colors to put my black is my foreground color, and this is the non-destructive nature of masks. I can say I want to remove this from the water because I don't like the fact that it's coloring the water. I want a little bit of it in the water, but I don't want a ton of it. So you can see the bright stuff underneath the water I've left, and then I can go over here to this location and do the same thing, selecting my brush, go in and brush on, and I'm going to leave it in the whites of the waves. Okay, and again pan around to get to the different locations and go and remove from the water, and you can actually see a real big change in that location. So you can see the blue coming back. So I say, well, I really don't like that blues, and I really want that blue. And now it actually looks funny because I've got a hard edge. So what I want to do, again, non-destructive nature, is go in here and say I want to increase the size of my brush. I'm going to add some of that back in to here, okay, to the bright spots on the water. So I've got that added, and then I can flip and flop as much as I want to remove from the darks. Let's say remove from the darks here. So now it looks like I've got a streak of that yellowish orange. And if I look at my mask, press Alt or Option on the keyboard and click on the layer mask thumbnail, you can see I've got a real rough shape to my mask. Maybe it looks good, maybe it doesn't. I can go in here. The nice part about having these options down here is I can say, well, if you feather something, it automatically is going to look more natural. The transitions are going to occur such smoother, so it looks more organic in nature. Okay, so again, press Alt or Option. Let's look at our mask, and you can see it's starting to blur out some of the edges between those blacks and the whites, so I can get what I'm looking for as far as what's brightening up and what's not. or what's not coloring, not brightening up. Okay, so again, now I want to reduce the intensity of this, so I had it at 60. I'm going to pull this back a bit. Let's go to about 40. That looks good. And let's turn this on and off. So if we turn it off, you can see there's the original image. I've got that funky yellowish kind of white cast. And then I turn it on and it's a little bit warmer, but it's also warming up some of the water. It's warming up the bright spots on the beach, on the cliffs, and on the hillside. And to me, without a whole lot of effort to create a mask, I've got a nice look. And I can edit this because of the nature of non-destructive editing with masks. I've got the ability to go in and refine this at any point in time. So that's practical application of some of the information that we've got for masking. Okay.